All right, welcome to another video of the 100 Film Project. This week I'm reviewing a three-part documentary series. I've always been fascinated by other countries. In this particular documentary series, it's called Almost Australian. It's by a British actor that eventually got Australian citizenship. Her name was Miriam Margoyles. Her partner was Australian, so she moved to Australia and settled down there and was there for 30 to 40 years and got her Australian citizenship very recently. So this just popped up in my Netflix recommendations, and I was curious to see what this movie was about. Um, I thought it was really well made. It's one of those documentaries that really makes you happy in each documentary. So she basically takes a 10,000 kilometer road trip to different parts of Australia, and she interviews people about what it means to be Australian. You know, she interviews people in a small mining town. She interviews people from the Aboriginal background. She interviews immigrants. She interviews football players, Aussie rules football players. So it's very interesting to see how Miriam goes about reflecting on her new status of being Australian, but also making comparisons to what the plight is for various Australians around the country. In a way, you get to learn more about Australian culture, an Australian landscape, which is so unique in its own way. So it's really nice. It's on Netflix. It's created by the Australian Broadcasting Corporation. It's a great advertisement for being Australian. I think some of the things I found really interesting was in the second episode, there's this whole conversation around Australian mateship and how people, it's part of their culture to help out, to help your friends out. She also delved into the issue of Aboriginal rights and their worldview and how Australia Day is not a very happy day for them. It's a day of invasion. So that was interesting. And I think one of the episodes she also goes, I think the weather in Australia is very different. And, apart from the six cities on the periphery, um, most of Australia is quite dry, and a lot of cities in the hinterland actually face a lot of drought, and it really makes you think about weather and the role of climate change. So yeah, I think she's a great host, and if you want to see a fun documentary about another country, this is a good show to start with.